Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today is Vlogmas day 10. I'm running out of ideas. So I started to make dinner and thought, hey, why not bring you guys along? Because it is soup season. Everybody loves soup. Well, almost everybody loves soup. So I figured I would show you what I am making for dinner. And that is beef barley soup. It is one of our absolute favorites, and it's really, really easy. So come along with me while I make a delicious pot of comforting, cozy, nourishing soup. We do not need a lot of ingredients for this soup. So we have 1 pound of lean stew beef, and I cut it up into little bite-sized pieces because that's how I like my beef barley soup. We're going to need 1 cup of pearl barley, 1 teaspoon of olive oil or avocado oil, whatever it is you prefer, 1 cup of chopped carrot, 1 cup of chopped celery, 1/3 cup of chopped onion, and I have here 2 cloves of garlic minced. You are also going to need some beef stock, but the original recipe and the way I have it on my website is 8 to 10 cups of water with 3 tablespoons of beef bouillon granules. Well, I have my home canned beef broth, so I decided to use that. So same thing. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and 1 large bay leaf. And that is all we need for this soup. So let's get it started because it does need to simmer for a while. Okay, here in my cast iron Dutch oven, you can use a cast iron Dutch oven, you can use just a big soup pot, whatever you have. I have 1 teaspoon of olive oil heating up, and it is nice and hot. So I am just going to put in our stew beef. Give it a stir so it gets nice and coated with the olive oil. And then I'm going to season it with salt and pepper. And I'm going to let this cook until it is nice and brown. Beef holds a lot of water, so it takes a little while for that water to burn off until you can get that nice good sear on it. And don't be afraid to get this meat nice and brown. Like you can see it getting brown. That's not brown. You want a nice char on that meat. You want that char in the bottom of your pan because that, my friends, is flavor. So I am going to let this cook and get nice and brown. And then we're going to add our veggies. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this, but do you see all of that liquid that's created? So if you keep that in there, this is just going to steam your meat. It's not going to sear it. So you want to drain that off so we can get a nice sear on this meat. So I'm just going to drain it off into the sink to help dry it out a bit. Okay, now we're cooking. You can see how nice and dry it is. You can hear that sizzle. You can smell it starting to get nice and brown. Trying to show you here. So we're going to let that just get a little more brown. I still want some good stuff at the bottom. And then we're going to add in our veggies. I have the carrots, the celery, the onions, and the garlic. We're going to add all those in. And we're going to let those cook in with the meat for about 3 to 5 minutes, just until they also get a little char on them, get that flavor from the bottom of the pan and from the meat. And I am just going to keep stirring this for that 3 to 5 minutes. And I am going to turn the heat down just a little bit. I had it on high. Just until they just start to soften. Okay, we have our vegetables in there and they've been going for about 5 minutes. So now we are just going to add our water and our bouillon, if that's what you are using. Or if you are using beef stock, you can just add that. It says 8 to 10 cups. I have 8 cups here. And we are also going to add our bay leaf. Give this a good mix. We're going to bring it up to a boil. Then we are going to adjust the heat down to a simmer. We're going to cover this and we are going to let it cook for about 2 hours. Okay, you can see the soup has come up to a boil. So I am just going to turn it back, cover it, and let it simmer for 2 hours. Don't just leave it there and not check it. You're going to want to check it, make sure the simmer is where it needs to be. Give it a stir once in a while. Right about there, maybe just a tad bit higher. And if you find that you are losing your broth, you can either add a little bit more or just turn the heat down a little bit because it will evaporate as it is cooking. So we're just going to leave this and we'll be back in 2 hours for the next step. Okay, our soup has been simmering for 2 hours. It smells delicious. Now I'm just going to, if I can find it, remove the bay leaf. If I can't find it, honestly, I'm not going to, oh, there it is. Then we're going to pour in our cup of barley and give it a good stir. We're going to bring it back up to a boil, then back down to a simmer, and we're going to let it go about 40 minutes or so. So we'll crank the heat back up, cover it, and wait till it boils. So my friends, there it is, all done. You can see how thick and hearty this soup is. The barley really puffs up and gets nice and soft. So now I am just going to serve this up and show you what a serving size looks like. It is about 1 cup for a serving. Now, as you notice, there's not a whole lot of broth left in here. If you want it a little more soupier, definitely just add some more broth to it to make it soupier. That is definitely something I do a lot, especially if I need to stretch it a little bit, if we need an extra serving or two. So there is our beef barley soup. I'll show it to you in the bowl. Here is our bowl of beef barley soup. So my friends, I hope you liked this cook with me. If you like beef barley soup, this is really, really good. It's very simple, very hearty, and really delicious. So give it a try if you like beef barley soup. And yes, I had a costume change. It got really, really hot in here, so I just had to throw a t-shirt on. As far as points and calories go, it is 200 calories for a serving and 4 points. And I make the serving about a cup and a quarter. I did end up adding more beef broth at the end because it got really, really thick. So I wanted it a little bit soupier, so I dumped some more beef broth in. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend it with me. I will leave a couple other videos, some soup videos actually, linked right here for you to go and enjoy. And here we are in the books with Vlogmas Day 10. And I will see you all tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 11 and my 2022 Christmas house tour.